You're right. Yeah, safe. I'm just listening to joint. Wait there. Alexa, shut up. Shut the fuck up. Yeah, yeah. So I don't know if like you've misinterpreted maybe what my angle is or what your duty is in this scenario. As like a human being, I use the term loosely, obviously. Like, but here, so on the concept of sharing, if you sort of seem to think you might be able to sort of share your consequential narrative or something, can you share concurrent sentences with other accessories of serious organised crime to reduce your sentence? Here's what the AI said. Yeah, I'm going to read you a bit of AI in case you're just confused, because you might think you're going to get away with it, or that you're not going to face a sentence, or maybe that you might be able to sort of somehow partition or divide that. It says here, it seems there might be a misunderstanding in the way the question's phrased. Let me clarify how sentencing works, particularly concerning concurrent sentences and involvement in organised crime. Sentences are individual, so each person convicted of a crime receives their own sentence based on, not like their own, you look like one of your own children. Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it? Sentence based on their specific involvement, the severity of the crimes, or plural of crimes, sentencing guidelines, mitigating factors like pleading guilty early, which I suggest you do, and aggravating factors. You don't receive a sentence with other people in the sense that your sentence length is directly tied to theirs running at the same time. So concurrent versus consecutive sentences. This applies, I can't read, to a single individual who's been convicted of multiple crimes. So obviously you'd have, lots of different things you'd be sentenced for. Concurrent sentences, if a judge orders sentences to be served concurrently, person serves all the sentences at the same time. The total time spent in prison is determined by the length of the longest sentence. For example, if someone gets 5 years, which you'll be probably more chance of getting blood out of a stone for a crime A, and 3 years for crime B concurrently, they serve a total of 5 years. So this is often used when crimes arise from the same incident or the same course of conduct, like serial killing or child murder. Consecutive sentences, if sentences are ordered to be served consecutively, they're served one after another. Using the same example, 5 years for crime A and 3 years for crime B served consecutively would mean a total of 8 years in prison. Again, you're fucking dreaming. This is more common when the crimes are distinct and separate. Reducing your sentence. Being sentenced at the same time as other accessories or participants in an organised crime group does not automatically lead to concurrent sentences or a reduction for you. However, a significant way a sentence can be reduced, especially in serious organised crime cases, is by providing substantial assistance to the authorities, police or prosecution. This often involves giving information or evidence against other members of the criminal organisation. Good idea. In England and Wales, this process is formally governed by Section 73-74 of the Serious Organised Crime and Police Act, SOCPA. You probably remember, maybe you don't remember, when it used to be called SOCA, Serious Organised Crime Agency. It's the NCA now. They just nick people's drugs and arrest people smugglers who sometimes are just trying to help people from sort of fleeing war-torn countries into the UK, which I think is probably pales in insignificance to the sort of crimes that you've committed. But obviously an offender who enters into an agreement to provide assistance may receive a significantly reduced sentence from the judge. The level of reduction depends on the quality, quantity and usefulness of the assistance provided. In summary, you cannot get concurrent sentences with other offenders. Concurrent sentences apply to multiple sentences just given to one person. So whether your own multiple sentences, if you're convicted of more than one crime, which you shall be, run concurrently or consecutively, is decided by the judge based on the nature of the offences. The main way to potentially achieve significant sentence reduction when involved in serious organised crime is typically through formally cooperating with law enforcement and prosecution by providing substantial assistance against others involved. Disclaimer, this is just general information, not legal advice. Sentencing law is complex and depends heavily on specific facts of the case, the jurisdiction and the applicable laws. If you're facing criminal charges, it's essential to seek advice from a qualified legal professional. So yeah, I've just been having a nap actually. I can't sleep very well at night time, and I just woke up and saw your video and I just thought, what a piece of shit. So there's that. Anyway, yeah, hopefully you won't have to sort of get shanked in the showers or lick up cold sick when you end up serving the rest of your natural life behind bars. But you can't split that with the other cohorts or accessories to your litany of revolting, sickening and deplorable crimes. You absolute fucking monster. Good afternoon.